before we get fully into the podcast, we did want to honor a man who helped really encourage us to start this, from tossing around the idea to officially doing it. That man would be Charlie Kirk, and Ryan had a few words that he had written down just to honor him.
Yeah. For context, I don't know when this podcast is making it out, but this podcast was recorded on September 19th. This is 9 days after the tragic assassination of Charlie Kirk on September 10th. We've talked about doing this podcast on and off for a few years, not really even knowing what the podcast would be, but just having people in conversation with us. Charlie's example of him being unafraid to speak, being bold, and he stood for what he believed in. It reminded us that even if this isn't a political or a theological podcast, it's more, we might touch those things at different times, and we end up touching a little bit of kind of a lot of theological beliefs in this podcast. We're not in the same space that Charlie Kirk was, and we're not going to try to be or pretend that we are. But he reminded us that we have a voice.
Yeah.
And that you have a voice. And it's encouraged us to not be silent. And not that we ever were, really, but just that we're going to use our voice in a different way than we had before. So in the midst of this grief, God is in fact moving. People are opening their Bibles for the first time, or they're returning to church after many years away. That is real fruit, and I think it's important for us to not waste the forward movement that the church has right now. We want this to be a podcast where we have conversations with you guys, and through comments, conversation, and personal relationships that we have. And so, yeah, we love you guys. Prayers for Charlie Kirk and his family and everybody that is close to him.
Yes.
Desperately needed.
Yes.
All right. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah. What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do I mean? What do you mean?
Yeah. We're going straight into it. We are talking about...
Yeah, well, this...
Really,
we debated on what we wanted to talk about, and then this kind of naturally became a discussion. And we're like, well, let's kind of pause a little bit and record it. So here we are.
Is the world ending on Wednesday?
So I've heard it's either ending possibly on Wednesday or on... Tuesday or Wednesday, the 23rd or the 24th.
Let's preface this. We're talking about the rapture. That is what we're talking about.
That's what I wanted to know. So Aaron went on... Well, I guess let's start from there. Okay. Let's go there.
For starters, Ryan and I have grown up believing in the rapture. We have been on this weird...
That's not where I was wanting to start.
Oh, I'm just saying...
Let's start from the very beginning. No, I'm meaning let's start from the other night when you woke me up in the middle of the night.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I thought I meant.
Okay.
Or that's what I thought you...
That's what I thought I meant.
That's what I thought I meant when you meant.
Yeah.
Hey,
okay.
Or we can go back years from now.
No. I'm just saying we've already naturally been on this journey of figuring out what we believe about the rapture.
Or, yeah, with Revelation.
If
there's
a rapture. Everyone can agree. There's something in my
eye. Debatable.
Everyone can agree that there's something in my eye. Everyone can agree the world feels a little tense.
End times. We're living in end times. I feel like most people that I've heard can agree that it is end times.
Yes, like our lifetime end times.
Birth pains have been felt.
Yes, contractions are kicking up. I think everyone can agree, Christian or not, the world feels a little bit tenser or more. At least on my social media, the conversations that I've had with people, it just feels like something is happening in the world. Spiritually, physically, everything. I was scrolling on TikTok the other night, and I'm not a big TikTok scroller. But I have been on it more so recently. Why do I feel like you're looking at my forehead?
Because it's beautiful.
It is a nice looking forehead, but you're not making eye contact.
I'm looking right at your eye.
Okay. Long story short, it was like 2:00 in the morning. I'm scrolling on TikTok. For whatever reason, all of my...
Why?
Why what?
2:00 in the morning, you're just scrolling?
We didn't get in bed until like midnight.
Okay. Is that a normal thing for you to do?
No.
I guess maybe preface that.
Not a normal thing.
It's a normal thing for you not to sleep through the night, though.
For sure.
Yes. Okay. Tic-tac.
For the record, we're not like big conspiracy theorists. This is just me telling you what happened the other night. Scrolling in bed on TikTok, everyone's talking about the rapture, a fake rapture, don't believe anything that you see on September 24th, all this stuff with Israel, yada, yada, yada. Just looking up stuff, seeing a bunch of stuff about Charlie Kirk, just the world, and loving that everyone is kind of coming to Christ and stuff. But within that, there's also a lot of people who are talking that the end of the world is ending on Wednesday.
Yeah, but that has completely separate of Charlie.
Yes, but this has kind of kickstarted people getting these dreams. Whether
I
you
think some of this, well, this was already getting shared. I just think because we're a week away, I think it's your TikTok. I didn't see any of this and have only heard
me and Mike Winger
yeah
tell you about it.
Yeah, you and one
But
person.
the reason that people are saying it, and we're not going to go into all this because
I only saw it after I looked it up.
Yeah, it's going to take way too long. But the reason that people say it is September 24th is an actual Jewish holiday, Feast of the Trumpets. It's ending that day. Israel is going to be broadcasting
I think it's a few days.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
But the 24th is when they're blowing the trumpets because that's when the Feast of Trumpets ends.
The
23rd is Rosh Hashanah. Or I'm not going to say it right.
She's an expert.
Yes. No, our bio says that we are not theologians.
Keep going.
Okay, well, you keep interrupting me.
Let's get to it.
And so, anyways, the 24th is supposed to be a blowing of the trumpets, slaughtering the red heifer. That's its own thing. Look it up yourself. It's a big deal. Slaughtering that, blowing the trumpets. People think that during the trumpets being sound, rapture is either happening, rapture as in we are being sucked up into the sky, or Jesus is going to come onto the clouds. But the conspiracy is that it's either actually going to happen or there's going to be a fake rapture.
Okay, so
that's
here,
like
wait, pause. So we're saying, because outside of the conspiracies of the prediction is that this date will be the rapture.
The rapture of
yes,
of
okay.
the Christian church. Now
conspiracy.
What's weird about it is it's either yes, the rapture's happening, get your life in order, it's happening on Wednesday, or it's not happening, but the government is going to make you think that it happened, and they are going to somehow use drones and show Jesus's face. Something, either Jesus's face is going to be on the clouds, hologram, yes,
drones in the sky,
or we're going to stop, or we're going to see people being sucked up.
You've not shown me that.
But what's funny about that, the more that I thought about it, I'm like, well, then no one would believe that the rapture actually happened, because if we're seeing all these people going up, they're not real. We're still gonna see everyone. Like, we'd be like, okay, who got taken?
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, what happened? You were watching these videos late at night.
I started getting scared. The reason that I was getting scared is that people were talking about this artificial rapture that's going to happen, and that it's going to kickstart a civil war, one world government, borderline mark of the beast, potentially, how terrible it is if you have kids. And if you don't know, we have 4 kids.
So this sign will bring in this big thing. The conspiracy is the big thing will happen. It'll all be fake. Nothing real is actually happening in the sky. It's all projectors or drones or something, smoke.
There's going to be a blackout, 3 days of darkness.
Something's happening in the sky, and it's all for possibly the Antichrist to come into play, and then the one world order. Is this what we're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, unfortunately, as we're talking about it right now, it sounds super unbelievable. But like when it's nighttime and you're seeing all these things and people have scriptures backing it up, I feel my heart rate picking up.
Yeah.
And so I got a little scared. Woke Ryan up.
Well, so it could be the conspiracy. So like me just putting on my tinfoil hat for a second, and like it could be a conspiracy to bring in the Antichrist, because Jesus says that the Antichrist will have signs.
So yes. So this is what was getting in my head, was that Jesus, it's in Matthew somewhere, we'll look it up. Jesus talks about how there will be many that come in his name, and be careful that you're not deceived.
Yeah.
And so when I was talking with Ryan, or as I was laying in bed before I woke Ryan up, I was thinking, as far as I'm aware, in my lifetime, I'm 28 years old, no one has proclaimed to be Jesus. No one has proclaimed to be the Messiah, that he's come back.
It has happened in ancient times.
Right. I was not alive in ancient times.
But I don't know how long ago the last one was.
Okay. But hasn't happened in our lifetime. And I was thinking, okay, he says many will come in my name, and be careful that you're not deceived. And so
because it will continue to happen, because it has happened in the past several times.
Yes. And so the point was that it's like, well, I don't want to be deceived. Right. And there will be people, conspiracy or not, if you see a man in the sky,
Yeah, if you see something crazy like that,
you're going to think that it would be Jesus. Yeah. Or
yeah,
something
could.
supernatural.
Could think.
Something's going on. And so it just made me scared because I'm like, oh no. And so I will.
Yeah, so but I mean it gives you a unhealthy fear of anxiety and oh no, am I going to fall for this fake thing if this fake thing is
Right.
or
What could
am
they
I
do to deceive me?
or could this be the real thing and I miss it because I'm expecting it to be the fake thing? And
Yes.
so what are the final signs?
Yeah, and we'll just go ahead and disclaimer this. We do not think the world is ending on the 24th. We'll just throw that out there right
Yeah,
now.
I don't think that these prophetic end times
TikTok dreams.
not necessarily, I don't even really want to say TikTok just because that makes it sound more crazy just because it's on the social media app.
Yeah, I mean
There have been prophecies of the end times. I mean, within the last 40 years, there's been several,
Yes.
or 50 years, or however long, but there's been several. And of course, they were wrong.
Yeah, it didn't happen. We're here.
But we're not. Oh, but I guess should we even get into? I guess not. That can be a separate podcast. Like, what are the end time beliefs? Because
that could be a part 2.
Because I've already been in this pretty big deep dive. I'm reading I'm reading books that you're not reading.
Okay.
So
But-
I'm reading books.
Okay. Don't make it sound like you're doing all this research and you're
Well, I
doing
feel
a
like
whole lot of nothing.
what does it matter if that's the case? I am reading 2 books that are about the rapture, and I am like
Okay.
going. I'm not.
Okay, you're doing a good job. Inform us.
I'm not trying.
I'm not trying to be sarcastic. Inform us of what
No,
you
I'm
have
not.
learned.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that maybe could be a future podcast because I don't think I feel comfortable saying what the true end times are. I can at least give you the 4 main ones that are the end time beliefs or eschatology. If you want me to sound really smart for just 1 second.
Yeah. No, not this one.
Okay. Well, what? Okay.
So the point is, I'm gonna pull out my notes. I woke Ryan up because I was scared, and I was feeling very anxious, like kind of nauseous. My heart was pounding, a little shaky, and another story for another time. I used to struggle really bad with anxiety, and I have been freed from that for like over 6 years.
Yeah.
And this was the closest I've gotten to feeling like I was gonna have a panic attack.
Yeah.
And it's just like the enemy.
And you also did eat. We also did eat really bad food that night.
Just tell them what it was.
I'm just saying it was like
on Jack in the Box taco.
I'm just saying that it was really,
your idea.
I'm just saying you were also feeling nauseous too.
Not prior to watching.
The anxiety brought on the dry heaving almost.
Well, I was dry heaving.
Okay,
that's why I was saying this is the closest I've gotten to a panic attack, which is freaking me out anymore.
I'm just trying to bring people into. No, it sounded weird.
Our bed?
Yeah.
What was happening in the bedroom?
I'm just trying to bring as many people into this bed as possible right now. That's all I was trying to do.
We're painting the scene for you. I had ordered 6 Jack in the Box tacos.
That time, don't care.
I only ate 4, okay? No lettuce. Oh.
No. But I'm just saying, like, so there was a lot going on that night. And there was
a lot going on with those tacos.
Yeah. Those tacos, man.
Yeah, okay. So that definitely could have made my stomach.
I'm not saying it's the reason of it. It is a legitimate fear. If you feel...
But I'm just saying, the enemy, it's just like the enemy to what is supposed to be an exciting thing. Yeah. Jesus coming back.
Right.
Makes me scared.
There's a lot of
people. Me being completely transparent. The idea of Jesus coming back kind of freaks me out. It scares me. And I think it's because I don't really understand how, when, what it's going to look like, what will the state of the world be in? Will it be like apocalyptic type world? What will my kids be doing? Will there be so all of it?
Yeah, so Jesus says to stay ready, but if you don't know what you're saying ready for, how, like, that just brings you anxiety.
Right.
It doesn't help you feel comfortable in the waiting.
Right.
Patience is not just sitting still, twiddling your thumbs, looking at your phone, trying to grab stuff, turn on the TV. That's like you feel rushed and anxious and trying to keep things moving. You're all completely entertaining yourself while you're waiting to numb out during the waiting. That's not patience. Patience is being able to comfortably sit, have peace in your heart. And I think that's what Jesus is.
Easier said than done.
I'm not saying it's easy.
Yeah.
But I think it comes with the understanding of some of the end times, or a lot of the end time stuff, which is what brought us into what do we believe on eschatology, which is where
what is a really good conversation. So also, Ryan and I talk about this a lot. You're just literally going to listen to us. This is not us informing you, really.
You're going to listen to us.
Oh, you're going to listen to what we have to say. No, this is just what we naturally already talk about. But you had said something that made me feel better. But it also depends on what you believe about the rapture.
Did I say this in the night?
Well, you had said this that morning on our way to taking Porter to golf. Okay. You had said thief in the night, because the Bible does say he comes like a thief in the night. But you were saying thief in the night doesn't mean secretive. It just
it means unexpected.
More unexpected. It's unexpected.
It's unexpected.
Which, I mean, that could be reason enough that it won't come.
Yeah, well,
the world's not going to end.
There's too many other things in the Bible that talk about Jesus' second coming as being visible, loud, trumpets.
So it won't be like we wake up and you got taken tonight and the bed's empty and your clothes are there.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess we should preface to a little bit of maybe more my eschatology than yours, is that
I'm still figuring out what I believe.
Yeah, because I'm reading 2 books.
Ryan's reading books. Yeah, I'm scrolling TikTok.
But
these are not heaven and hell issues, by the way.
Right.
If you believe in like what you believe about the rapture.
Yeah. I've talked to too many people that are like, or not too many, I just know some that are really intense about it. And so if you're intense about it, then that's fine, whatever. But, okay. Anyway.
Chill out.
Yeah. Chill, bro. Yeah. But just, I guess, if I'm saying it's not a secretive returning of Jesus, people that are dispensationalists or believe in
you're going to have to explain what dispensationalist is.
They believe in the secret rapture.
So, like, so it wouldn't be like we're all at Walmart and then just I turn the corner and boom, like your shoes are left and your pile.
That's dispensationalists.
Okay.
They believe in the rapture. They believe
what
in
dispensationalist
the lift behind books.
Idea. Okay.
Yeah. So
planes are crashing because the pilot got taken.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't lean. I've grown up with that belief, but I'm not necessarily in the same spot anymore. I don't know where I'm at. I mean, this is what I was saying earlier, is that I don't know if we want to talk about it or not, but just super quick, there's 4 different main eschatologies. So there's
And what is eschatology?
Your belief on end times. There's historic premillennialism. There is amillennialism, and we can talk about this a different time. So I'm just going to give you the words. I'm not going to
keep saying we're going to talk about it later, and then we keep talking about it.
Yeah, we're not going to go deeper into this, just because I just don't feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah, that's good.
Post-millennial, and then there's the dispensational, or the pre-mill.
We will break those down another time.
Yeah. Most of the people that we are close to, or in the circles that we are in, most of the people that we know are dispensationalists or pre-trib.
Pre-tribulation, like
before the tribulation, there will be a secret rapture.
Yes.
Like a thief in the night.
And
we will have to go. It's really stressed, the thief in the night, and I understand that differently than a lot of the dispensation.
Yeah, so I do want you to explain something here in a second. But the point of this, the reason that I was getting scared is, so say it is this fake rapture.
Right.
The fake rapture, God could have already known way beforehand where we'd be in 2025, the way that our government would be run, who's at the power plays, and this Antichrist could be this not an artificial person, as in a fake person, but I wasn't aware of this, but you said the Antichrist will do signs and wonders. Right. And so I was getting nervous, like, holy smokes, how close are we to the literal being of an Antichrist? Not a demonic spirit, but like a literal person that is going to lead people astray. Yeah. And I was just like...
The signs and wonders are noted that it must be fake signs and wonders,
right? And so, I mean, where we're at right now with AI technology,
like, I mean, we can literally make it rain, like
cloud seeding,
make a cloud,
right?
And we can drone. I mean, there's got to. I assume we can assume that there is more technology than we're really aware of, that if there was this great plan to try to turn the religious people, gather them in, and
yeah. And so I think that's where my fear was stemming from. It's just like,
it could be a nefarious move of government or enemies, or the enemy, I mean, the devil, to create this scene.
right. And cause fear.
Cause fear, or just the belief that things
Right.
are.
And so, and I felt shame because I was like, almost like, Lord, I don't want you to come back yet. Because if all of these things have to happen first, I don't want to go through that. But then I'm like,
that comes down to
what you believe about the rapture. Yeah. And so, but this podcast is about what would it look like, or like, what even were we saying?
How are we not going to be deceived? And so what are the signs? Like I'm leery to say it, but like it's just scripture.
Like
it's not an order.
signs.
It's not an order of this happening, then this happening, this happening. But like these things will happen in any order, whatever order you want to put them in, but they will happen. And so if these things are not happening, then this is not the second coming of the true Messiah of Jesus.
Okay, so this is, I do think that then we kind of do need to touch on the rapture. So I will just say, this is what we have grown up believing, is that.
Why do we need to do that?
Because some people think that the rapture and the second coming of Christ are two different things. And so if we're saying the end of, so this is why, let me just get this thought out really quick. So we grew up believing that Jesus has already come. Okay. He came, he died, rose again. Bible. Now he's in heaven.
The Gospels.
When he says he's coming back for his bride, that, from what we grew up believing, that is separate than the rapture. So there is the first coming, which has been done, the rapture, and then the second coming. I was under the impression my whole life the rapture is its own thing. We get taken up. The world continues on for tribulation. Then, so we're taken. Boom. Tribulation immediately starts. 7 years. Darkness, chaos, hell on earth,
right.
Mark of the beast. Jesus then comes back. And then that's the second coming. 7 years after the rapture.
Yeah.
We come back with him. Yeah. Armageddon, whatever. Yeah. And so the reason that I'm saying that we need to say that that's what some people believe is because if we're talking about all of these things that happen before the end of the world, what would you...
Yeah.
When he says, I'm coming back, that's where it gets confusing. Because it's like, we live with eternity in mind, which we should.
Yeah, this is a very popular belief.
Right. And so...
At least from what I'm aware of in America, popular belief. I don't know about other Christians around the world.
And so some people are interpreting that all of these signs must happen before the rapture happens, or rapture can happen right this second order of this podcast.
Well, so the rapture...
But the second coming isn't happening yet because we don't have famines and earthquakes and rumors of war and the clouds. The sun is blocking the cloud. And well, we are having that, yes.
Yeah.
But do you get what I'm saying?
I think so, yeah. But so like a big thing with the next week, there is or has been the red heifer
You're gonna
sacrifice.
Have to explain. You are going to have to explain this because I was never aware that a red heifer.
Heifer.
That's what I said.
Oh, you said heifer. Red heifer.
I'm Southern.
Yeah. Okay.
We're slaughtering the red heifer out there.
Yeah.
Okay, we said we weren't going to get into this. I do think we kind of need to talk about it. How long have we been going? It doesn't matter.
Okay, I'm just curious.
People can tune out.
See ya.
I mean, please stay.
They're like, I thought we were not going to get into this, but we are getting.
Yeah, we keep saying.
We're going deep.
Yeah. But I do kind of think that the reason this day is important, regardless of if the government is doing something nefarious or shady, the 24th is important because of the red heifer.
I just love that this podcast is a conspiracy podcast.
The first one, not the podcast in general. Not the podcast in general.
Yeah, that's just us talking about whatever we want to talk about.
It is. Okay, so explain the red heifer, please.
I mean, I will the best that I can.
So do it now.
So which part of it? Like,
why it matters? What is a red heifer? Like, is that
that's visible? A red cow.
Okay, a red heifer is a red cow.
Come here, Alice.
Alice is our dog. Come here. If you're listening to this, not on YouTube.
So, red is this color.
Red.
Yeah, he's red. That's red.
He's a brown dog. Okay.
Yeah, he's brindle.
Okay.
But I'm just saying. I'm just saying that's the color.
Okay.
Here he is.
Okay. Okay, if I guess Ryan's not going to
Yeah.
explain, so I'll explain.
I'll explain
No,
the
no,
best
no,
I can.
I'll explain the best I can. There is a
And
cow.
then I'll
I guess
explain
in
it. I'll
biblical,
re-explain
is
it.
it in the Bible? Stop it. Is there in the Bible? It says something along the lines of, you're going to have to pull this, look it up, because I don't want to just be saying stuff that isn't even in that. What is the belief? What does that have to do with the red heifers?
Numbers 19, a red heifer without spot or blemish is used to create water of purification, substance mixed with ashes and water to make those ritually unclean by contact with a corpse clean again. So right now, there has not been a red heifer
on the earth.
on
Yes.
a blemish-free red heifer for them to have this sacrifice. Who is they?
In 2,000 years.
Is Jews.
Okay.
So
this is a big deal because right now on the earth there is a red heifer who is spotless.
Yeah, I guess so. I didn't know that.
But it fits the requirements of what the Bible says.
Yeah, blemish free. It's 100% red. There is no white, black, or any other red or any bit of other color on this cow. It's funny that farm is a Texas farm, from what I'm understood.
We live in Texas, y'all.
Is the one that is trying to breed the red heifer, and I guess he's done it. But it has to be like over a certain age, still blemish free. I think it's over like 3 years old. I could be wrong. If you want to fact check me, that's fine. I don't care. And you can break it down where I'm wrong.
So it is a big deal.
Yeah.
And so during the Feast of Trumpets, they're going to slaughter it right now on Tuesday or Wednesday the 24th. They're live broadcasting this. Israel, 100 rabbis are going to blow 100 trumpets. They're slaughtering the red heifer.
Mm-hmm.
And
for the ashes, for them to become ritually clean, for them to build the third temple. That is why people believe the third temple has to be built. It is one of the signs for dispensationalists. The Bible suggests it will be built and then desecrated by the Antichrist. So there has to be, they think that the dispensationalist belief is that there will be a third temple for the Antichrist. Like there has to be this third temple built for the Antichrist to desecrate it.
What does desecrate mean?
I assume that means like make it, like ruin it.
Okay. So they want to rebuild the third temple, then the Antichrist comes and destroys it. And then God comes back?
It's one of the end times. But I think that is one of the tribulation. Like I think that happens in the seven
Okay.
7 years of tribulation. I think. I could be wrong on that.
So, like I said, this is where I started to get a little freaked out because I think...
Oh, are we still recording?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay.
I thought I was just talking to you.
No. Well, I mean, that is the pod. But this is where I started to get a little freaked out because, again, I don't necessarily know what I believe about the rapture. Do I believe Jesus come back? Yes, 100%. The Bible does say we will be taken up with him. But that could be he comes back to bring heaven on earth. We're up in the sky for 5 seconds. Like, I just don't know. I genuinely don't know. And so because I don't know, can freak me out because...
Right. I get that.
And so that's where I started to get scared. And then I read this thing. Well, also, the Bible says no one knows. No one knows, not even Jesus. And so there is a part of me that's like, okay, if you're going to throw out a date because God told you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we talked about this too.
I won't believe you.
Yeah, so it's a catch-22, I think, actually.
Yeah.
Which means... I'm not going to break down what catch-22 means.
Why don't you try?
Well, it's from a book. I just don't remember the book. But
I'm also nursing our baby, so if you hear him.
Squeaky.
Yeah, squeaky toy.
What was I saying?
Catch-22.
Oh, yeah. So, like, I was kind of making a joke of that. Well, I know it's not going to happen on September 24th because he's saying it's going to happen. So I'm not going to believe it. And so now I know for sure it's not going to happen. But now you've just made it where it could happen.
Yeah.
Because you said you don't believe it will happen.
Right.
So now you don't know the day or the hour. So now you've just made it where that day could be it.
Reverse psychology is what I said.
Yeah.
I also read this thing too that was saying that because I don't know how many prophecies there have been about the rapture, probably over like 500 that this is the end. I remember 2012.
I could prophesy right now if I wanted to.
Being in like,
if I got enough people to follow me and I could just make something up and can't put me
give me all your money, the world's ending.
If anybody's asking for your money in the prophecy of the end times,
I don't.
It's probably
scam.
Well, yeah, I think yeah, but I just mean it's probably
Scam.
yes. I'm just saying that it's probably a bad idea to listen to that person.
Yeah, and it's a scam.
But I don't know if this guy, I don't even know who's really making this claim, so I don't, or
But
where this originated from.
right, I did read this thing though that because people have said it so much that people are getting a little calloused to the idea of the rapture. Like, oh yeah, okay. And this person called it rapture fatigue, where we're so almost like the boy who cried wolf, where
Well,
we
there are other options on the end times belief, and
I know
so
something
if
not gonna be rapture.
yeah, I mean maybe I don't know. That could be kind of why.
Or it starts making people not believe in the prophetic because if people are saying God told me it's
Yeah,
gonna happen on the 24th and then it doesn't, people are like, okay.
absolutely. I think there's a lot of proof of that where prophecies have been made and people have lost their faith because it didn't happen because they
It reminds me of Parks and Rec.
like, oh yeah,
Like the
who
world's
were
ending.
they?
And then
What was
he was
it?
like, I read the book wrong.
Yeah,
Like for the fifth time, he's like, screw me on the 15th. Can we rent out the park?
yeah.
And Leslie Knope was like, oh man, we're already late. He's like, actually,
Actually, actually, did I say the 15th? I meant the 16th.
17th. Yeah, she's like, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, because he like pauses and he's like, actually, I meant the 6th.
16?
And she's like, yeah, and then she like,
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, that date's open. Okay, yeah, that's the day.
Yeah. Oh, no, we don't think the rapture's happening on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie to you though, there I do still have this little bit of
Yeah, well, I looked in my calendar and we have one of our
we have a shared calendar
yeah, one of
on our phones.
yeah, I have 3 calendars, but I have one of them is a shared one with you.
Family calendar.
Yeah, and apparently my day off is on all day. Ryan stay home from work on September 23rd.
That night, so the night that I was scrolling on TikTok, just now we were setting up the phone.
Yeah, I'm like,
And
wait.
it's like, why did you put in the calendar that I can't go to work on Wednesday? And I said,
Tuesday.
Tuesday, and I said, well, because the world's supposed to end, and so heaven forbid, well, not heaven forbid, this would be pretty amazing if
Yeah, right. If the rapture does happen, it will be a
If the
good
rapture does
thing.
happen, I would like us to all go together, not
Oh,
you
but-
be in Fort Worth and then I see you across like
See you from across heaven
yeah. I would want
to hold hands to
to just be together, yeah, regardless of what happens.
yeah.
If the world's ending, I want to go with you.
Aw.
We're holding hands if you're not watching.
If you're not watching, you should.
That's what I just said if you're not watching.
I said if you're not watching, you should be.
Okay. YouTube at
Yeah.
the Birkins family.
But yeah, I think something else that I wanted to talk about, I'm opening up the wrong thing, was that like there are core things that whatever order they're happening in, it is proof that Jesus has come. So like, let's say this happens and it's a big scam and the rapture happened or Jesus showed up. But what are the true things in the Bible that say, like, what's the proof of the Bible that says that Jesus did come? Because if this big thing happened, this loud noise, they somehow projected a noise.
Like a fake artificial.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, so next week, fake it.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a sign a sign that happens and whatever. The second coming of Jesus will happen visibly to everyone, and gloriously. So you can't miss
Not
it.
specifically on the 24th. You're saying just like that will happen.
Yes.
At some point. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
When Jesus comes back, it will be visible to everyone. You cannot go through the day and not be aware that Jesus has come back to earth. This isn't necessarily any of the 4 core eschatologies, but it is just like the broad over thing that are in all of them.
Yeah.
There will be bodily dead people brought back to life from the dead. The final judgment will take place. So if heaven comes to earth, there will be a final judgment.
What is the final judgment for the people that are left on earth? Like, so we haven't died, and so we haven't had to face God and be like, okay, heaven or hell.
Mhm.
You're saying he comes back, final judgment. That's when, like, you still have your heart is beating. That's when he says.
Yeah. Well, Second Corinthians says we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ. In Revelation 20, it says the dead were judged according to what they had done. So there will be every view, agrees accountability. There will be accountability before God.
Yes. Okay.
So that's external destinies. So there will be life with God or separation from Him. There is a new heaven and a new earth. Before any of this can happen, the gospel must go out to all nations before the end. So, which
So
I've had.
we're seeing that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have heard that. So I mean that's something that we could possibly see.
So this is why it like encourages me, but it also it's like a shaking of my faith, especially since Charlie Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
Like it, I mean, cliche as it sounds, it's a turning point. But I mean, there are so many people who are atheists becoming Christians, people that are Christians wanting to be better, people that like who we've had conversations with, and they're like, I almost want to quit my job because I know nothing else matters except for pouring into my family. And even myself, like I'm seeing people post like shopping hauls, look what I ordered from Amazon, and I don't even want to watch it because I'm like, this is so not that what they're doing is wrong, because it's still entertainment, but it's just like where my mind's at right now. I'm like, I could care less what you got from Amazon because Jesus is coming back.
Yeah. Well,
I
mean, I agree. I've been feeling that way for a while, which
and the Bible does say, like towards the end, He's going to pour out His Spirit on all flesh.
Yeah, and
your children will dream dreams, and we're seeing that.
Yeah.
And I have never in my 28 years seen this many people, because we haven't really seen like a Jesus Revolution revival, like Azusa type stuff.
Right.
I've never seen this many people. Everyone, I mean, even Theo Vaughn on his podcast.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really say he's a Christian.
I don't think
he says he prays, but I mean, but
yeah, well, I'm not trying to say he is the
yeah, I'm not trying to say he's not a Christian, but I'm saying like someone who's big, funny.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he definitely had this serious moment through.
Yeah, it shook him, and he says, "I can't really explain how I feel, but like I feel heavy.
I think a lot of people have felt
sad. We all can feel like there is like this shaking in the earth, and God is real, and He is up to something, and He's going to come back at some point, and so it could be this year. And so I think that when people are like, "You need to get your life right, get ready," it's a little bit of fear mongering, because it's like if you don't, you're going to burn in the lake of fire forever, or you're going to have to serve this Antichrist. And that's like what scared me. It's not like an exciting thing, like get your life right so you can spend forever in heaven with Jesus. It's get your life right so you're not in hell.
Yeah, well, so Jesus talks about the like a big I guess would it be a parable? I don't know, but he talks about like he does a lot of stories in where he talks about the bridegroom coming,
right?
And I think that paints a picture of excitement. You know, you're not just waiting for the bridegroom, like you're excited.
And you said, is it biblical or is it just Jewish tradition that when the bridegroom comes, yeah, he could come in the middle of the night, but he makes his presence known?
So it's not biblically. Well, so I mean, he does talk about the bridegroom coming at midnight. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
But you said there's like trumpets and dancing, like the bride could see off.
The understanding of the culture of what that could look like, from what I've understood of podcasts, videos, books. I can't say books because I haven't read this in a book, but
you are reading 2 books right now.
I am reading 2 books right now. Well, I'm actually reading 4 books right now because I can't decide on what book I want to read. 2 of them are about Revelation.
You'd be planted, Ryan, sure-footed.
I know.
Swaying with the wind.
Book at a time, boy. What was I saying now? Oh yeah, the Jewish. Look, from what I've heard, I heard this from John Bevere. He's
Rapture belief.
Yeah, he is, and he's but he was talking about how the bridegroom does. I don't want to like quote him and misquote him, but like he was making it sound like that he always comes, like the bridegroom comes in that culture always at night, like a thief in the night, and can not secretively, but can just go straight to the bride and grab her out of the room and then just take her without the knowledge of the Father
Oh, okay.
of the bride.
Because he's already
Because
claimed her.
he's laid claim.
Okay.
No, it makes it sound funny.
Does it?
I mean, it sounds a little funny to say he's laid claim, so he just walks into the room and takes her out. No, they're already betrothed. They're already,
Yeah, I think
like,
that sounds romantic. Like,
okay.
that's my girl.
Yeah.
She's mine. I'm coming to get her.
Okay. Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
Maybe it's the romantic in me.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just saying. To me, it sounds possessive. But it doesn't matter.
To me, it sounds passionate.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
It does a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, the point that I think I was trying to make, I don't know what I was going at now. I don't know. I was trying to answer a question that you asked me. But anyway, so he was saying that
when he comes, makes his presence known.
Yeah, he comes in with like his groomsmen. I assume,
the
but
equivalent.
like with like a parade almost in.
Okay.
Which fits in with the second coming of Christ. It is loud. It is noticeable. It is even. It could be at night or at midnight, just when it's unexpected, but it comes in gloriously unexpected, but it is obvious.
Right. Okay. And that is exciting to see. Like, I mean, just thinking like when we got married, I remember, the groom doesn't see the bride, but the bride gets to see the groom. And so I remember being upstairs, looking out the window. I'm already dressed in mine, and I can see like you and the boys kind of like talking, and I'm getting to peek out. Like this excitement of my groom's waiting for me. I guess it's kind of different in the Christian sense because it's really the groom is waiting on the bride's waiting on the groom.
The groom shows up.
The groom shows up.
The groom comes from how John Bevere painted the scene was that the groom comes at midnight or at night and will take the bride and then go back to the ceremony.
Okay.
And like then the ceremony will happen.
Okay. And I think too, like kind of wrapping this up, I think that when I thought about it, like, why am I scared? It was just like the flesh in me, because I was thinking about all these people that we look up in the Bible, and like whether or not you love our government, like corrupt government is not a new idea. And so like these conspiracies always stem from not trusting the government.
Right.
And so I'm not saying that you shouldn't trust the government, because the Bible does also talk about like respecting the law of the land.
Doesn't mean you have to trust them.
Okay, yeah, you're right. But I'm saying like we look at Moses and we read it as a story, but really like if you like you look at it like if it was our time period, there is a man who went up against his government, him.
Right.
That's incredible, and that would take such bravery, because some of us are scared to get canceled by talking about our faith, or oh no, what if we talk about this and we get persecuted? Or we look at David was called to be like the next king and had to go up against Saul, who was like the first king, really. And just like how scary that would be. And then like Herod was insecure about the idea of Jesus being born.
Yeah, Herod is with,
and so he wanted all the first male, or like all the babies, to be killed. Like how scary would that be to live in a time?
Well, then John the Baptist goes up against
John the Baptist, and then ends up being martyred. And so it's just like it's not a new idea.
Like, so with last week and Charlie Kirk, it shook me in a way of like, I would read John the Baptist and being like thinking like, oh man, not that I'm like with John the Baptist, but I'm like, yeah, I can be brave. Like in times, I'm gonna be brave.
Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna
courageous.
Question.
Yeah, but then whenever, like, what happened with Charlie Kirk, I believe he was martyred
100%.
because like the conviction of his biblical understanding created his political views, and then he shared both of those things publicly. Right. Boldly, courageously. I started thinking about my own life, and I'm like, wait, I don't even know if I've really done anything that even shows to myself that I'm very courageous. Like, yeah, I'm a Christian, and yeah, I will say that to anybody that was ask me, but I'm not like really going out of my way to do that, or getting
face real persecution.
Yeah, or get in conversation. And there's a lot of times where I want to post something, and I don't really post it because I'm like, I don't want to deal with the drama, which is kind of the reason why I barely even am on Instagram, is because I it's not that I don't want drama in my life, like personally with like friction with people. I just don't like the online aspect of it. To me, it feels like a huge distraction in my life. It gets me annoyed quickly
Yeah.
and gets my focus completely off of what's important in my life. I think that one of the big plans of the enemy, or one of the things that the enemy is doing, isn't just scaring people, but it's distracting people.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the plans, I think, of the enemy right now. And so I know I get distracted easily. So I take breaks from Instagram or social media or whatever. I'm never even on Facebook, but like I take breaks from that stuff because it's just, it doesn't bring life to me.
Right.
And
And honestly, I think that's part of the reason that we titled this podcast, What Do You Mean? Because it is so easy to just type something out on
Right.
Instagram
Yeah, it's
in an
easy.
argument.
Yeah, that's like yeah.
And so you don't really mean that. Or it's easy for even like pastors to say something off the cuff that sounds super good in this righteous anger, and it may not even be theologically sound. Like there is a danger to
Yeah.
just posting your opinion and
Yeah.
your thought without thinking it through.
Yeah.
And so I think that's good. I mean, I wouldn't have those social media that woke me up at 2 a.m. scared.
Right.
And now I tried to delete TikTok and it won't let me. It's the government. Yeah. So I don't really feel like there was like a.
Did we land the plane? Yeah, I don't know.
No.
So the things to look for Jesus' return. Jesus will come back. The dead will rise. Jesus will come back and it'll be glorious. You will not miss it. The dead will rise. There will be a judgment. Eternal life versus eternal punishment. That's a real thing. A new heaven and a new earth. The gospel will go global, or will have already gone global. Suffering for believers is part of the story until the end. And so we have been in a place of suffering from the time of Jesus to today.
The gospel is going global.
Yeah. And so we're seeing some of these happen.
I mean, Christians are dying. It just never really happened in America. And I think that is regardless of if you're a Christian or not. There was a man, Charlie Kirk, who is a Christian, who is now no longer here, who died on American soil.
So
that's great. It. Yeah. And so I'm not saying it's not a big deal what happens to other people, and I'm not saying that other deaths that happen in America are not a big deal.
Yeah, I'll be the first to admit that I'm 100% American and am somewhat disillusioned by my own comfort that I have as an American.
Yeah.
And
we are not persecuted. We are not. You getting canceled online and having a few negative comments is not a persecution of the church. And
so it's just because you're being a punk.
Yeah. So yeah, sometimes you're just rude. Not you, but you in general. And so I think what brought me solace was just like, okay, like the rapture happens or that Jesus comes back.
Yeah.
Then I'm with my Savior. And he is a good father. And we will end up in heaven regardless. And so I think that where my fear comes from is just having my kids who are so like at the age that they are, they're so dependent on us. And I'm like, what's the world going to be like? And so, what are you saying? But
he wants us to zip it.
He wants us to wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
But
that's a good time. Yeah,
I do. I can say I do think that we are getting close in a non-soundbite hot take way. Personally, I kind of do think God could come back in our life. Not can. It is a high probability that I think Jesus could come back in our lifetime, with signs that we are seeing in the Bible, and then just like how I honestly just how I feel spiritually. I do feel like there's a hunger and a groaning in the world.
You're right.
And creation wants Jesus to come back.
Yeah.
And I think that we're getting close.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we're closer than we've ever been.
Yeah. And in 5 minutes from now, we'll be even closer. Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I was meaning. And I was going to say that. But that is also true. Yeah. The disciples, Jesus said it to the disciples.
Yeah, like before this generation passes away or something.
I'm just saying that
he's coming soon.
Yeah, like the disciples believed that he was coming back soon.
Yeah. I think that we should end here, and I think next time should be different rapture beliefs, because there is I am sure, because there is something that I want to break down that you taught me, which I guess we can do really quick, was there's a lot of people, and if you and I have actually had this conversation, like me and whoever's listening, I'm not talking about you. This is a very common belief that people say the rapture will happen because the Bible says in the days of Noah, like in the days of Noah, two will be working, one will be taken away.
Right.
So and so will be like, people getting married, one will be taken away. And people find comfort in that, being like, okay, it'll be like Noah, where I will be on the ark, or like he will rescue me, like from the flood, I will be rescued. But what you are saying is the people that were taken away in the days of Noah were actually the people that were not saved.
Yeah.
They were taken away with the flood.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was really interesting way to believe that. So
I think it's a closer understanding of judgment.
Yeah.
Not rapture.
Yeah.
Not
people taken away does not mean
I
safe from judgment. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
pre-tribulation rapture.
Right. And so I think the next one we could talk about pre-trib, post-trib, mid-trib, amillennial, or we can just talk about whatever we want.
All right. Well, love you.
Share this podcast.
Like, share, comment, subscribe.
For real though,
click the bell. That's what I hear all the YouTubers saying.
They say, oh, YouTubers. I was like, click the bell. It's not a podcast thing. But
give us a 5-star review.
Give us a 5-star review, yeah.
And if you give us a 5-star review, we'll read it out next time.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. If you can't tell by now, this will be Ryan and I just processing our thoughts, thinking out loud.
Yeah, we don't have it figured out. We're just bringing you into some conversation.
Yeah. So you're welcome.
Yeah, cool. I feel like we already said bye.